Hey there, groovy human. I'm Chelsea. This is Luna, my lovely little rainbow, and welcome to another Roots of Peace yoga practice. Happy hips! It's almost Halloween, so we wanted to bring some magic your way, a little sparkle, a little fun. So we're going to focus clearly on your hips today. We hold all kinds of junk in our hips. There goes the rainbow. So today we're going to focus on opening those up and getting any sort of emotion, ama, maybe you have some inflammation going on in there, worked out of your hip area. So you will need either a block or a bolster for this practice. We're going to do some back bends, and then of course you'll need your mat. So get some comfy clothes on, get some magic going, and I will see you on the mat. Hey there, friend. I'm going to have you start on your back and corpse pose today. So you can lie on back. You have to scoot your furry friend off to the side a little bit. You'll be here for a little while, not super long though. So lay down on your mat. Begin to go inward. Connect to the breath. Notice the depth. If it's not very deep, try to breathe into the belly. As you exhale, let the body sag and sink into the earth. Continue to focus on your breath, finding stillness in the body. Take your awareness to your hips, the focus of our practice. Notice the natural curve in the spine. And as you exhale, let the hips sink, release, relax. Take 2 more breaths this way, feeling the sensations in the hips, and allowing the tension to ease as you exhale. Luna made her way to the sunny spot in the room. It's cold in here, so good thing she did. As you inhale, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees droop wide on either side of you. And if you're looking for a little more tension, you can pull the feet closer to the pelvis. But if you need a little bit more gentleness, you can push the feet further away from the tailbone. Notice the activation in the hips. Close the eyes if they aren't already. Continue to feel into your breath and your body. As you move through your practice, again, just a gentle reminder, you're always avoiding any sort of pain in your yoga practice. Discomfort, a-okay, but pain, any sort of ripping or tearing sensations, burning, not so much. We're going to be doing a lot of hip openers today, and so just approaching these with caution and making sure you're not going too far, especially if you have really tight hips. Be gentle here. Take 1 more breath in your Supta Baddha Konasana, your butterfly. Allow your next inhale to pull the feet to the mat and then walk them out so you can feel the edges of your mat. We'll start windshield wiper knees, just a few on each side. Take these really, really slow. So breathing in to drop right or out, your call, and then come back to center, travel with the breath. In or exhale to the left and back to center. So you can take a deep breath in and exhale to drop, and then let the inhale pull the legs to center, or you can inhale to drop and exhale to pull to center. So either or, you can pick today. Just make sure that you're moving with your breath. Move with intention. Take time to notice how each hip rolls side to side. Imagine that joint moving in the hip socket. Releasing any sort of ama, that morbid toxic waste I love to talk about. Moving it out. Your fluids are moving around. Tissues are sliding on top of one another. Wiping away whatever is not serving. Maybe there's inflammation in there. Maybe it's just straight up stress. But let these windshield wipers clear your hips. Take one more on each side. And stay focused on the theme, happy hips. Notice what you can do to keep your hips happy. Ideally, it's to drop your stress levels. Most of us hold our stress in our hips or shoulders. It's all over the place, but you get the idea. Walk the feet back so they're about hip width apart. Deep breath in, send the feet high for happy baby. Few options here depending on where you're at with your flexibility. So you can have your hands on the outsides of your feet. You can bring the toes together and then grab your ankles, the backs of the knees, your calves. You can also take your peace fingers and loop around your big toes, and it gives you just a few more inches of length. And then you can take the knees super wide, legs super wide. You can rock side to side, or you can stay in stillness. Feel the hip joints plug in though. And continue to notice the body. We have this disconnect with our body. It's just what our culture does these days. It's how we roll. So how can you connect? Become friends, back to that relationship with your body so that you can let it speak to you, so your body can tell you what it needs when it needs it. A lot of these things we knew once upon a time and we've forgotten. They're so simple. My throat is dry, I'm thirsty. I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, my tummy's rumbling, I'm hungry. But we're busy in so many ways, we forget these things. So how can you simply remember? Ideally, it's by hitting your mat, practicing. One more breath in your happy baby. Out breath, drop the knees to the chest, rock side to side. And you can take these rocks a little bit bigger to massage into the hips and into the IT band, sciatic nerve, all that stuff that lives in the glutes, run through the hips. Come back to center. Start to rock and roll back and forth. You can make your way to tabletop if rock and rolls aren't for you. But if you have tense back muscles and need some extra love, this is how I loosen up my shoulder blades, is by rocking and rolling. Works pretty well. Next in-breath, you'll travel up to tabletop. Land on all fours. Once you're here, inhale, drop to cow. Exhale, lift to cat. Stay moving with the breath. If you want to go a bit further today, mix things up, you can add the feet. So as you inhale, tuck the toes, push into the balls of the toes, into the pads, and then exhale, untuck as you round into cat and push the shoelace sides of your feet into the earth as you push the mat away. So inhale, tuck the toes, land in cow. Exhale, untuck, push the tops of the feet into earth as you round into cat. Take a few more rounds this way. Allow the breath to dictate the speed. So if you want faster cat-cows, speed up the breath. If you want slower cat-cows, keep the breath slow. Last one. Come back to tabletop. From here, stretch the right leg long behind you and then cross it over the left leg. Take your gaze back over your left hip. Oh God, that's okay. There's some sensation in there. My left hip is my tight hip usually. So, but yeah, you should feel this like in your hip and running down that side on the left, especially if you're tight like I am. Oofta. Imagine the breath traveling into that left hip. So when you inhale, it's filling up, it's tensing a little bit, and as you exhale, it's releasing, it's letting go. Your hip is pushing out what is no longer needed. Come back to center. Back to tabletop you go. In breath, stretches the left leg long, and now walk it over, crossing the right leg. And take your gaze back over the right hip. Yeah, this one's not nearly as tight. That other one really zinged me, my goodness. And it's important for you to know which side is your tricky side. That way you can approach it a little bit gently, more gently, or you can give it the extra attention that it needs and deserves. Stay up on the ball of your foot, helps with the stretch. Come back to center. From here, step back to high plank. Move to your down dog. In your down dog, you can walk the heels down if you need to. 2 breaths. Push the hips back behind you. Lift the tailbone. Stay active in the body. Stay mindful and intentional. Sometimes it's easy just to go through the motions and then we don't really put any focus behind it. So stay focused. Stay focused on your body and your hips. Next, inhale, walk the hands back to the feet. Oh, forward fold, that's nice. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to the shins, stretch the crown of the head forward. Exhale, drop down to fold. Breathe in, rise, extended mountain. Oh, good morning. Exhale, drop down, forward fold. Take your lift. Drop to fold. Bring it back up to extended mountain. And as you exhale, lean to the right, look to the left. You'll feel this sensation travel all the way down the left side. You should feel it in your hip. Come back up to center on your in-breath, out-breath, drop to the other side. So leaning to the left, looking to the right. Allowing that sensation to switch sides and go all the way down the right side body. Micro bend in the knees, very important. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take your fold. Walk the hands forward on the mat again. So make your way to high plank. Deep breath in, out breath, travel down. Chaturanga to the belly. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale, drop down, float back, child's pose. Because we're focusing on the hips today, if it serves you, take the legs wide so that your knees aren't in line with your hips, that they're out further. And then settle into your child's pose. It'll increase a little bit more sensation in the hips. Toes can come together.